Well, Kevin, as we stand here, there's a lot to think about. A lot of things didn't go as planned tonight, or as you thought they might go tonight here for the Auburn Tigers, beating the #1 team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. The final score, 40-17. And Kevin, first and foremost, obviously, you look at this matchup, very lopsided. And not only did Auburn come into this and win this football game, but they absolutely demolished this Georgia team, controlled the line of scrimmage on both sides of the football. Overall, your thoughts. Is Auburn that good, or is Georgia maybe a little overrated?
It's about time we give Auburn some credit. They made an emphatic statement in this game tonight.
Yes, they did.
It was the most complete performance against a high-quality opponent on both sides of the ball since the kick six. And by doing that, they have set up, we saw the mother of all Iron Bowls here in 2013. They have now set up the son of the mother of all Iron Bowls, because now they're going to play Alabama for the SEC West Championship and perhaps a next step towards the playoffs. This was an incredible performance all around by Auburn. Give the offense credit. They have now scored 40 or more points in every one of their 6 SEC wins.
Yep.
They've never done that in school history. The defense, Kevin Steele, continues to do the best work of his career. And you have to be happy for Trey Matthews. He was finally on the winning side in this rivalry for the first time. He was on the wrong side of the prayer in Jordan Hare when he played for Georgia. Just everywhere you looked, Auburn players making plays. You saw them having fun, the enthusiasm, the buzz on the sidelines.
Yeah.
The crowd was into it. This was a special night for Auburn, and they set up what could be an even more special night in 2 weeks.
Which, Kevin, is pretty amazing when you think about it, because a few weeks ago when Auburn lost to LSU, we were talking about so much for the mother, the son of the whatever, the all Iron Bowls, as you like to call it. But Gus Malzahn said after the game, hey, it's not the end of the world. We can still control our destiny. Everybody kind of scoffed at him and laughed and said, well, that's not true. But as it stands now, that is the case. And they have pushed forward and looked ahead. So here's the real question now. With this win, obviously, against Georgia, then they have Alabama here at the end of the regular season. Is Auburn really a playoff contender, in your opinion?
Absolutely. And let's say it clear, loud and clear for everyone to hear. Gus Malzahn was right at the end of that LSU game, and the rest of us were wrong.
Yeah.
We laughed. We thought they were done. We thought there was no way. And I'm pointing the finger right at myself. We focus so much on the negative with Auburn. The loss to Clemson when the offense was a disaster, and we didn't give Clemson enough credit. They are the defending national champions,
right,
and they may be headed back to the playoff. And then the collapse in the second half at LSU, it was one of the worst losses for Gus Malzahn here at Auburn. For some reason, we don't give him as much credit for the wins as we do blame for the losses. But give him credit for keeping this team together. They kept getting stronger after LSU, and when they had to be at their best against the #1 team in the country, they were by far the better team on this field tonight.
And give credit to Kerryon Johnson, number 21, went out there and dominated against the Georgia defense. I mean, that guy, he ran all over this Georgia defense, and not something we really expected them to be able to do. 32 carries, 167 yards. He eclipsed the 2,000 mark for his career here at Auburn. So certainly impressive for him. And Gus Malzahn even said after this game he ought to be in the Heisman talk. Your thoughts?
Not only did he have 167 yards, he had 119 more yards than Nick Chubb and Sony Michel combined.
Wow.
That's how good he was, and that's
really
how good the Auburn defense was also. Look, if he is not the SEC Player of the Year, there is nobody in this league on any team that has been more valuable to his team than Kerryon Johnson has been to Auburn. So for me, no matter what happens in that final SEC regular season game that we're all anticipating now, he's the SEC Player of the Year. He can make an even larger statement and maybe leap into that Heisman conversation if he can do something similar to the Crimson Tide.
And what I thought was really cool with Kerryon Johnson, getting to talk to him on the field after the game, all smiles. And Gus Malzahn said 24-hour rule is in effect. Tomorrow they'll go turn the page on Louisiana Monroe. Of course, they say they're not looking forward, but let's face it, Iron Bowl is in very, very near sight. He's Kevin Scarbinsky. I'm Lauren Sisler. Thanks so much for watching, and for all your news and analysis on the Auburn Tigers in this blustery weather, you can visit us on AL.com.